Hey, what is up everyone? I am Tiana here. Now if you couldn't tell about the fact that we actually got things started on the Wii version this time around because the GameCube version has been wrapped up. And as a result, I've now finally managed to join along with Duffy Duck here when we are from the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat for the Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo Wii. And then as for this point in time, we're most likely focusing on the Wii version for the finale portion of this, because we'll discuss more about it whenever we get onto this. So last time, we have managed to kick the likes out of the forms of the Ghastly King's butt during the forms within both versions of the game on the GameCube and the Wii version specifically, even though it doesn't really take that long to able to actually just to complete that particular boss. So today, for this particular episode, and this is going to be finale of the forms within the entire Let's Play of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, here we go onto the forms of as to be expected, the Wii exclusive content about the fact that how this version actually contains compared to the forms of the original GameCube counterparts, which even then, the first kingdom as what Defi has managed to able to jump right in, although we should probably point it out right away is the fact that every time whenever we deal with most of these bosses, I think me and Tiana were about to take turns during the forms within Kong battles, like specifically for example, I'm going to be taking down Dread Kong, and I'm going to deal with Ninja Kong, and then Ghastly King for last, because we'll discuss more about it whenever we get onto that, when I truly say that. And also, it will be my turn until when it gets to the point until Karate Kong and Sumo Kong specifically, because yeah, as you can see, the first ever Wii Kingdom exclusive, as far as you can see, this is called Kong of the Mountain, where basically they have to face off against with those previous Kong battles from Dread Kong all the way up to Sumo Kong, including the forms within the rematch encounter with the forms of Ghastly King, the true final boss in the game. That what happens is the fact that you pretty much gonna have to deal with the same thing, except you only have like one run through, because if you somehow manage to die during any kind of bosses, you have to start all over from the beginning. So as a result, definitely one of the hardest kingdoms in the whole entire version of the game, just because if you screw this one up, even if you really want to get yourselves all three crests throughout the whole entire thing and want to unlock the true final kingdom on the Wii version, in this case the second exclusive kingdom on the Wii version, you have to collect every single crest. Whilst crowns on the other hand though, you might still get them as soon as you're able to complete them. So even then now it's my turn to deal with Ninja Kong. However, there's actually a special trick you can able to perform by able to actually just, well, if he does that, flick the nunchuck as soon as you're able to time it well enough with all his attacks and stuff. I think this is actually the best way to able to deal with Ninja Kong super easily, because that way you don't have to deal with the forms of the delayed Z button presses most of the time, which even then though, that really does help out, especially noticeable how the fact that it just makes this boss fight a lot easier than the forms of how it does it from last time. So, and I apologize for that notification just keeps popping up, just because then again a nunchuck just always messed me up. But thankfully this is the final time we're gonna have to come across into that issue. But either way though, let's move on to Sumo Kong, that Tiana, she was about to be tackling through while discussing on this. Again, as I mentioned this before, ever since Injury forms within the Wii version Starfruit Kingdom, is that I found Sumo Kong on the Wii version is a lot difficult and annoying at the same time, because again, that when it gets to the second point of this entire fight, this is what gets super frustrating, because you have to keep on doing like a rhythm timing thing, and then you have to wait until the Z button actually pops up, because if it doesn't, then otherwise you're gonna get hit a lot during this fight. As you can see that Tiana just got hit just once or twice. Yeah, expecting to believe about the fact that, as you can tell, that Tiana was now on 200 HP left. So as a result, if you really want to get yourselves all three crests in this entire kingdom, you really can't afford to get hit 4 times. Because if you do get hit 4 times, then you're probably going to be stuck with the forms of 2 crests. Which, believe me, back in the forms of in 2013, despite the fact that it was no longer there, I got really ticked off, or even especially noticeable, I just got very annoyed in this kingdom, because most of the time, we just keep on getting butt kicked by the forms of Sumo Kong just because of the stupid timing system. And second is the fact that Ghastly King might be pretty threatening, especially noticeable this is considered to be the hardest boss throughout, which is very understandable in terms of challenge. However though, try not to time it a little bit slightly off, because otherwise, if you time it in a bad timing, then otherwise you're gonna let Gasoline King attack you. So as a result, plus you know with how the fact that if you try to get so exhausted during the forms within some of these aspects throughout in this whole entire kingdom, holy crap, you're gonna get exhausted a lot during the forms of this entire kingdom. Especially it doesn't help about the fact that you have to deal with the Wii Remote and the Nunchuck combo, because unlike the DK Bongos, which I found, you know, Sumo Kong to be super easy in the GameCube version, but not so much on the Wii version, because again, with the stupid dodging timing system, because as a result, yeah, that's one of the only major gripes that we have with the forms of this kingdom sometimes. But then again, if you somehow screwed over by one or so attacks or anything like that, if your health goes into the forms of lower than 100, then, well, if you really want to go for 100% progression in terms of the Wii version of the game, well, you have to go all the way back to the beginning of the kingdom, which is not that fun. But regardless, since we did manage to accomplish that, then much like the forms of how it does it when you take down Cactus King as well as Gasoline King especially, that you would be able to reward yourself 800 beats, just like, well, to be more specifically, 800 bananas to be exact. So either way though, yeah, that's as far as we can say about it. And luckily for us though, we got exactly 1000 bananas, so we should be able to guarantee to get ourselves all 3 crests. So let me know in the comments below, and just to see if what you think about this entire kingdom. But even then though, definitely one of the difficult kingdoms in the Wii version, which, even then though, that's why how difficulties now start to progress. But luckily, if you do manage to able to achieve every single quest in the Moon Kingdom, or the Moon Kingdom of Barrels and stuff like that, as well as 19 crowns as what Daffy got, he actually has the access to the second and probably the final Wii Exclusive Kingdoms that usually how this version offers. Yeah, we will take a break after this Let's Play is done, so even then though, let's see what in this level's all about then, shall we? Yup. Exactly, which, fundamentally speaking, you remember the forms of the credit ending sequence as we've already done, since during the forms have been after dealing with Cactus King and especially noticeable with Gasoline King. It's basically kind of like that, except, as you can see, we have a huge chunks of portions of bananas, as you can see. This level's named Banana Banquet, which means that if you really want to go for just the actual chill out level, thankfully it's the most harmless levels of the game, because for one, there aren't any enemies involved, and second, there is no dual die situations or anything like that, and thirdly, that again, if you really want to go for 100% completion of this entire stage, be sure to master your combos, specifically in the beginning when you're trying to deal with the flower spewing part. Now when you're done with that, then there's also some whole bunch of more bananas during your forms within that specific sprouts of that specific flowers, as you can clearly see when you try to perform a lot of Grand Slams, which that's what Defi always attempt to do. So even then though, once again I need to aim for about 1000 bananas into one if I get myself you know, the final 3 of those quests on this version. So even then though, we can expect this much. And before I get into the actual banana, let's just go ahead and see what happens if you touch those. Let's give DK our biggest congratulations. Oh, thank you very much. And let's see what's the other one. Come on everybody, let's hear it for our new king. Okay. Excuse me, I'm gonna stop me on my throat there, I do apologize for that. So yeah, in the end of that level right there, you have to go all the way to the left, and then basically this is the final time you're going to be seeing that sequence, and then when you're done so already, then that's how the level ends. Yeah, it's pretty super short kind of thing about it though, so even then though, the length itself was actually super quick. So even then, and as far as memories goes, he's now accomplished every single of those quest collectathons, as you can see right there, and plus this is the final time we're going to be seeing that little results screen or anything like that, so there we go. And I think I've managed to gather every single quests in the Wii version of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This leaves us for about 60 of them, which is a little bit lesser compared to the GameCube's counterpart that usually has like 72 quests in the GameCube version. but it doesn't really matter because as you can tell, since we've mastered every single barrels, this means when you 100% through everything, much like the GameCube version, you get yourselves a nice alteration of that specific main menu music, and also in addition with that, that's as far as I can say, because apart from the fact that you still have the exact same award as the Forms of Fun before on the GameCube version, except, well, the noticeable difference is the fact that the crest counter was nowhere to be seen, unlike the GameCube version, because instead it's been replaced by crown counters or anything like that, so... But you know, you get the idea for that solutions right here. So even then though, yeah, that was about it for our Let's Play of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I know we had some fun with it though still, especially noticeable how the fact that we are so glad able to come back into this game again, and thankfully the quality itself is way more better than any forms of the older version, as you can tell for this point. Okay, the reason why we did a jump cut right there, because there was one last thing before we end this Let's Play off, and that was the fact that, do you remember in the Let's Play of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, whenever you're trying to deal with Mummy Me Makes Forever level, during forms of it, I would say on the Wii U, 3DS versions, and Nintendo Switch version specifically, do you remember about the fact that once you're trying to complete Mummy Me Makes Forever in those versions of the game, you reward yourself the actual crown you're going to be wearing on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game pretty much does the exact same deal. If you're trying to accomplish every single task during the forms within the Wii version of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, you assume to realize that Donkey Kong is actually wearing himself his crown, which meaning you're now the king of the jungle. So even then though, seems all cosmetic and it's pretty nice at the same time, so even then though, that's a nice little reward if you master 100% for everything. So let's give our final thoughts of the forms of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, of how this particular game actually offers us. I will say that it is a lot of fun. We did have a huge blast of the actual game, which usually it doesn't matter what versions you're going to be playing through. Usually most people complain about the fact that with the forms of short length and everything like that, but I will say that both versions of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, I can simply just recommend it. You can either recommend it on the GameCube for, you know, 100% challenges or anything like that, or you can able to go for an easy casual playthrough on the Wii version, which, to be expected, I think you might able to start with the Wii version first or something, or maybe you want to go hardcore and go for the GameCube original version first. But either way though, still, this game usually rocks. Which every now and then though, you can now able to actually get this on the Wii U Virtual Console re-release version on the Wii U version of the game, which creates exactly the same thing as the Wii version. But anyway though, we should definitely recommend this game on both versions, on the GameCube and the Wii version. So, thank you guys so much for watching our Let's Play of Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This is me, Tiana, and Duffy Duck here from the Maxi Toys. And until then, we are out. See you then. Bye.